Hey fam, welcome back to The Ride, the Dr. Eric K. Coleman Show. Please ma'am, please sir, like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel so that you will be abreast to all content pertaining this platform. Today we are going to be dealing with the subject matter of love at first sight, long-term experiences. We're going to do one of these clips again to where two complete strangers are being posed 36 in-depth questions to figure out are they able to quote unquote fall in love, or this is just another experience or experimentation. So we're going to jump into this clip for today. It's not a very long one, so it's going to be kind of short and sweet. But let's go ahead and jump into the clip, and we will be providing commentary along the way.
My name is Azariah. I'm single, like alone, 100%. Honestly, I can say I know exactly what I'm looking for in a person. Someone fun, adventurous, outgoing, likes kids. It'd be dope if she also loved God. Ambition is cool. Someone that doesn't need me is like a number one factor though.
I want to stop there real quick. He said it'll be dope if she also loved God. It's on his list, but clearly it's not a defining factor for him, which I have found in a lot of people that I talk to concerning relationships, that your religious beliefs play a integral part, especially when you're talking about bringing kids into the situation. How will we raise the kids? What we allow them to think, how to express themselves, what will we expose them to? So that's something very critical right off the back that you really want to make sure that you have in your back pocket. You understand what this is going to look like as a partnership perspective long term. What are we going to be doing concerning our kids?
The anticipation is like killing me though. It's like when you're about to go on a roller coaster and it takes forever to start. What's up?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
This is interesting.
It is interesting. What's your name?
We hug.
Yeah, we hug.
We can hug. I'm Nikki. I am 26 years old. I'm hoping to find a best friend. I think it's very important to bond with somebody and to have that kind of connection before even thinking about taking it to the next step.
It's like 37 different types of tea.
Is there green tea?
There's a green package.
But
there's like 4 green packages.
Chamomile, so I can calm my nerves.
You nervous?
No. Am I saying it right? Chamomile.
I think so. I'm gonna go with Earl Grey.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
I feel like I know for a fact I'm not gonna die in a car accident. Like,
really?
Yeah, like 100%. I've came too close too many times. I feel like God is just like, nah, bro, that's not the way you're gonna go.
I'm so messed up in the head. I would think I would die like probably getting swallowed by a whale.
What? What is the probability of that? Like,
I think we talked about this in our last episode where this question came up. It gets real in depth. It gets straight to the point. And these are some, I would say crazy questions. Like, who talks about that on the first date? Like, have you ever thought about, how you gonna die? No, that's not something that you would typically bring up in a conversation. But it's one heck of a conversation piece, or a conversation starter.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I can't even see, like, it's so easily avoidable though.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen that way. Don't be scared.
All right. Is there something that you dreamed of doing for a long time? And if so, why haven't you done it?
I have this thing where I feel like since I was a little girl, I just felt like I'm supposed to be an entertainer. Like, I want to perform in front of millions of people, sing, dance, like the works. I feel like I haven't pursued it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I just don't have the passion for it. But I would say that that's the one thing that I know I think about constantly. Like, what about you?
I mean, that was very fair of her, that there are things that we believe in our life that we're supposed to be doing. But do we have the passion for it? Do we have the time? Do we have the bandwidth? Do we have the energy? Do we have the skill set? Do we have the know-how, the acumen, the fidelity, the drive, the grit to be able to pull these things off? And that's a very good question when you're getting to know somebody, to figure out how are they going to move, how are they going to navigate in this relationship. Are they going to be a go-getter? Are they ambitious? Are they laid back, cool, calm, collected, reserved, and just go with the flow? So, yeah, I can definitely see the psychological piece behind why would you ask somebody this kind of question?
Actually, I would say no. Like, everything that I've dreamt of doing or like want to do in life is like something I'm working towards now.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed the past like year of my life. I was like, dude, like life is for living, and I'm tired of like having like journals or whatever, or like a bucket list.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to have that and just like wait till I'm at a certain point to start trying to accomplish it.
I get it. For me, I feel like it'll happen when it'll happen, so I don't chase it. Maybe that's not the right way to look at it, but that's how I do it.
I feel that. I'm a big believer in like God's timing. You know, I think
exactly.
when
In Jamaica we say when mana plan got a wipe.
When mana plan got a wipe?
Yeah.
Like
so
wipe.
It's kind of like, no, it's kind of like you're making plans. In the meantime, God is like wiping. Because
that's what's
you know,
up.
yeah. I don't know if I explained it.
So I think, you know, he got what he requested. He wanted someone who believed in God. Now, it is subjective when we talk about believing in God, what that means to various people, which I'm pretty sure, you know, as this conversation goes on, they might bring it up, or if they go on a second date, they'll flesh that out to figure out what does that really look like from her perspective and his perspective when we talk about God.
Right,
that sounds like something from the book of Proverbs, though.
Man.
I should go to Jamaica.
How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
My mom is like, she's dope. That's my best friend. She raised me and made me the man I am, you know? She taught me so much. And like my dad wasn't always in my life, so my mom was like there a lot. And she found a letter I wrote her in 2016. And it was like basically me saying like, I'm sorry for not listening to you. I'm sorry for thinking that I knew better than you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. All this like super sentimental stuff. And I reread it, and then she proceeded to show me a picture of me coming out of her stomach. And I was like, yo, this is weird. But yeah, she, so, all right, what about you? What about you and your mama?
So I grew up with my mom not there. Like, I feel like I can count on one hand how many times I've seen her in my life, or how many times I've remembered her there. I don't know why she left. I don't like blame her. It just kind of was like, my mom's not here. My dad is, you know. I would go like years without hearing from her. Sometimes I would, you know, call her just to hear her voice, and she'd just be like, I can't talk right now, I'm busy.
Straight, yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh, Lord.
But it's kind of just made me think that if I do bring a child into this world, I would never be that. I love her, but it's like I don't necessarily agree with, you know, what she's.
Right.
I mean, we've all, I'm not going to say all, but a good majority of people have been there where she is, where she's feeling right now in regards to an absent parent, or a parent who is present, who's around, but they're not actually present. They're not physically, emotionally, and spiritually involved with their child. And so on some level, I'm pretty sure we can, a lot of us can relate to what she's saying here. And it's a pretty interesting dynamic to where he had his mother, he didn't have his father, vice versa. She had her father, she didn't have her mother. And so you're having two people, which is quite interesting. You have two people coming together who are having a conversation, and the opposite sex, the opposite gender, was the primary person in their lives that help form and shape them into the woman and man that they are today. And that goes back to chapter 1 in the book, Paradigm, Thinking Differently About Relationships. We're taking this self-examination to try to figure out, how do we show up in relationships today? How do we show up in the world? How do people perceive us? And those are some of the pointed questions that we got to ask ourselves. What was my childhood like? Who were my models? Who were my examples? And some of the questions in chapter 1, it is, are my expectations and standards in relationships distorted? What influenced my perception concerning my and other people's roles in relationships? Do I do as much work in the relationship as I require other people to do? What is my definition of a relationship? What examples in my life do I have that model the relationship? Can I keep a relationship for an extended period of time? Am I the common denominator in failed relationships? And question number 8, what are my worst and best relationships? And so we can see right now that they're having a conversation and a discourse surrounding this. What was the relationship like between their parents, their guardianships, their parental figures in their lives that has shaped them and formed them to how they're interacting in life, in past relationships, what they're looking for now, and as they are entering into this conversation with one another right now.
The choices she's made, but it's made me who I am.
Yeah, I mean, we just met, but I think like you still a hell of a woman. You obviously respect yourself, and I like the way you carry yourself and whatnot.
I'm a hell of a woman. Okay. Damn, I don't like you.
Yeah, you chose a question. You played yourself, but no, it was a good answer.
You played yourself.
That was cool.
You said you played yourself. Complete the sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share ...
An entire cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory with, because they cheesecake is bomb.
For the record, I hate cheesecake. I gotta really be in the mood for it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I hate it, but it's too rich for me, and it's not my favorite dessert, but I really gotta be in the mood for it. Which that has nothing to do with the conversation right now. Let's continue.
But I don't want them calories in my life. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yes.
You don't want them calories. What?
Nah, because it's like 1,000 calories per slice. That's
I want
death.
3
You will
slices.
die. Exactly.
Plus a whole can of whipped cream, extra whip, no low fat. That's how you have a cheesecake.
Sounds like that's how you have a heart attack too. But it's like die happy though,
I'm saying if it's the one thing I really want in life and I had to be before that happened,
That's it.
I would choose a cheesecake. I'm just saying. And me, I wish I had someone with whom I could share. I think it's just gonna be Courtney.
Tell the truth.
I guess someone I could share life with, I think at the end of the day, like, you could be so independent and a man or a woman of your own, but going to the grocery store is way more fun with somebody.
That's true.
Going on a hike is way more fun with somebody.
She just made a really good point, and I'm glad she stated that. We talk a lot about this notion of independence. Last season, I shared a lot about this topic. Are we saying that we're just so independent that no one can handle you, or this person hasn't been created yet, or people can't handle me because I am so independent? Or is it that people can't handle you, more or less, not that they can't handle you, but they will not indulge you, they will not entertain you because of your attitude, your demeanor, your aura? Are they just choosing to tolerate you as opposed to actually being with you? And this whole notion of independence, I don't need anybody in life because I can make my own way. I make my own money. I have my own car, house, property, my own entourage, clout, status, prestige. Those things are fine. Those things are wonderful. Yet at the end of the evening, who do we have to share those things with? And I'm glad that she's bringing up this point. She can, obviously do for herself, but what is the joy in that if you are alone in doing it? I mean, God did not put us on this earth to be alone. It takes people to do things. It takes relationship. It takes community. It takes collaboration. So this whole notion that I don't need anybody, that I can do it on my own, I'm totally independent. Well, that's just so far from the truth, because if you were independent, you wouldn't need someone to build that house you live in. You wouldn't need someone to fix the car that you drive when it goes wrong. You wouldn't need someone to ring you up at the grocery store. Or if you're doing self-checkout, you wouldn't need someone to come over there and push that button when it goes wrong. It's just a fallacy to say that you don't need anyone, because we all need someone. If you get in trouble, who are you going to call? You're going to call the police. You're going to call the fire department. You're going to call, all these other entities, organizations to help you. So to say that you don't need anybody is stupidity. I'm sorry. We all need someone. We all need help. You cannot live life by yourself. You cannot live life alone, absent from other people.
There. So I want to know that I have somebody, there, because I'm always there for people. So I feel like I don't question it. I'm just up and ready.
That's what's up. No, I dig that. I actually want to change my answer a little bit to that.
I can't do
Yo, this is crazy. It says, without speaking, stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes. First of all, that number.
So I'll start the timer whenever.
All right.
Starting now.
All right.
Do anything
I can't do this.
I'm up here.
Wait. Okay.
Wow, 4 minutes just staring in each other's eyeballs without saying a word. Especially a person new that you have never met before.
That was very refreshing. I really didn't know what to expect or who to expect going into it. So I'm kind of a little bit impressed of, how it played out.
She's dope. She's got good style.
And it's funny, they're having a whole conversation without saying
like
anything. Just the body language.
She's the type of girl you would bring home to your mother.
That's cute. That's stupid.
He's very funny. I kind
That
of
was cool.
get a vibe that he's very smart. He's advanced, beyond his years. I could see me and Azariah chilling on a daily.
Wow.
That was not 4 minutes.
It felt a little shorter, right?
I couldn't.
You was breaking rules all over the place.
those rooms and we're gonna come back here.
Okay. We'll be back. All right, you gonna come back? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come back.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right, you remember him? That was
Wow,
it.
they have
Okay.
created a handshake
On a second date.
just that fast.
Yeah, I hesitated. That was weird. But I would and if she's not, that's dope too. Self-love, But nah, she was fun. She was definitely fun. If not, I'm sure we would be good friends as well. So I think that's what's
That's
dope
good.
about
That's
it.
real positive.
Oh yeah. Do we have to call it a date though? I feel like I psych myself out with that word because it's intense and pretty personal for me. But we could definitely go get ice cream or cheesecake. Hey.
Hey, let me stop there real quick. She said something pretty cool. She seems to be very in tune with reality. She knows, certain words are triggers for me. Certain environments certain things put me in a certain headspace, and that's really good. It's clear that she's done some work on herself, that she understands herself. She understands what sets me over the edge, what puts me in a headspace that is not conducive, that is not advantageous for me or the other person that I am in conversation or in community with. So that was a real good point that she brought out there, that she really understands herself and what situation she can and
When they
cannot
asked
put
you if you were
herself
going
in.
the second day, what did you say? Yes or no?
I kind of said yeah.
Yeah? Dang, that's mad awkward. I said hell no. I was just like,
Did you say yes?
yeah, I said yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we could go get a cheesecake or something. Like,
Right,
I'm
the whole
not-
entire cheesecake. 100%.
I'll have your slice. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll have your cheesecake. Whatever.
I like they got a good
Thanks
vibe
for watching
with
Tea
each
for
other.
Two.
They got a pretty good vibe with one another. That's really cool. Again, fam. So what we want to always make sure that you understand what your boundaries are. You understand what you like. You understand that when you are out here and you're dating people, that you are, for all intents and purposes, being real with people. You're making sure that you are presenting yourself in the best light. Just what the young lady did here, Nikki, that she understood what her triggers were. She understood that sometimes certain words trigger me. I also like the fact that they were very open. They were honest. They were just being themselves. And I think that's a lot of times, even when I was dating before I got married, that, you know, you would want to present yourself in the best light. You want to put your best foot forward, but you were never really bringing the authentic, real person to the table for other people to be able to understand and grasp who you were in that first sitting. We're always trying to check the box, but I like this here, these 36 questions, because it forces you to just think beyond just the basic things, and it forces you to unpack stuff and to just, you know, look inside yourself and be real about different scenarios, different situations, your upbringing, your thoughts, perspectives, your feelings, emotions, things that you regard and you place value on. So as we come to a close on this episode of the Dr. Eric Coleman Show, I just really want us to make sure, fam, that we are continuing to do the work. If you are out there right now looking for love, if you are dating, be real with yourself. You know, ask those hard, pointed questions up front, because you don't have time to waste. And we don't want to spend time on someone that we know is not good for us. And that's not going to do us any harm. That's going to do us harm. Or just be real. Just be open. Be open to the process. That's all I'm asking for us to do, fam. Be real with ourselves. Be realistic. Don't dwell in the fantasy land. Be open and honest. Be transparent. Do that self-reflective work. And we got to be real with ourselves as we are being real with other people and having the right expectations. So as we continue to do the work on ourselves and we continue to think about this whole idea of being in relationship with people, when we do this self-reflective work, we then become better at showing up in our relationships, in our home, in our families, in society, in community, and in this nation. So until next time, fam, continue to think differently about relationships.